Patriots are trying to wipe out the Ravens potentially, and do a lot of harm toward their march toward the playoffs. Monday Night Football here at Gillette Stadium, and in order for the Patriots to come away with a victory, of course, you're going to need to protect Tom Brady, who is 7-3 against the Ravens, but it hasn't always been as easy as the record indicates. The Ravens have given Brady as much trouble as maybe any team has since 2007, or if you want to advance it to when John Harbaugh arrived, or you just look at the big games in general. These games, 6 of their last 9 meetings have been decided by a touchdown or less. It's probably going to be a close game, and you want Brady to be as protected as possible so you don't see any uncharacteristic turnovers.
Well, you know, historically, Terrell Suggs and now Elvis Dumervil wherever Elvis Dumervil has played, have been able to sort of get to Brady. So the offensive line has to be up for a physical trench war because when they play the Ravens, let's face it, it is a war. It's a rock fight. They get after it. And, you know, talking to the players this week, they know what to expect. They know that the Ravens are going to bring it. The Patriots are the best, at least offensively, in terms of protecting the ball. Brady has thrown 1 pick at all quarterbacks through the first 12 games, which is a record, an NFL record. So on the flip side, the Ravens have the second most interceptions in the league with 14.
Number 2, a storyline we don't really get into too much here. I know Stephen Gostkowski has had the spotlight on him, but there's going to be a battle of kickers. Justin Tucker, in my opinion, is the best in the NFL. He has made all 28 of his field goal attempts. I believe he's made 35 consecutive field goal attempts dating back to last season. Gostkowski has turned it around. He's made 13 of his last 14. Had a good game Sunday against the Rams. And whether it's a late kick or just as these teams try to amass points again over the course of a game that we expect to be close, you can't have any errors. And the Gostkowski misses this season. It hasn't been the pressure kicks. It's been the ones in the middle of the game when, again, it hasn't come back to bite the Patriots, but you can't be giving away points, which, again, I think kind of reinforces the turnover thing and the bonus points, and you just don't want to make any mistakes when there are points there to be had.
Yeah, it made you kind of a little leery and uncomfortable and maybe even impacted some of Coach Belichick's decision-making in the Jets game, going for a 4th down late in the game. Instead of going for 54-yard field goal, they went for it. 54-yarder only the year before he would have went for. He didn't do it this time. I think it was good, though, even though the offense stalled in the Rams' territory. It was good to see Gostkowski make those field goals.
And then you just look at the Ravens' offense. Joe Flacco and the whole elite thing and whatever you make of that, he's an above-average quarterback. Let's just call it for what it is. But he is a smart quarterback, and he is a quarterback that can take advantage of weaknesses. And we've seen over the course of the season the Patriots do have some. So is it going to be outside? Is it going to be inside against Dennis Pitta? You got to win the matchups. The cornerbacks are playing better on the outside. The Ravens have some speed guys to complement Steve Smith, who still is as good as it gets in terms of route running ability and his compete level. And then you got Dennis Pitta, who kind of carries their offense and is the guy who moves the chains.
Well, I got to say, you know, early in the year, the Ravens offense plain old stunk. They were terrible. They couldn't move the ball to save their lives. Flacco was completing 5-yard passes. That was about it. Of late, however, they've gotten much better, and last week against Miami, they looked like world beaters. I mean, Flacco was on fire, and everything looked great last week against the Dolphins. They have 3 tight ends who can catch the ball, and when Flacco's on, I mean, he can be dangerous. So it's up to the Patriots not to make him get in a rhythm, get going, get his tight ends going. And, you know, if they do, you know, they can be a dangerous offense.
The Patriots take care of those areas, I think you're going to feel a lot more confident, both going into next week and then into January for the playoffs. If they don't, then you add another contender to the mix in the Ravens once again as the Patriots continue to drive for their 5th Super Bowl.